Community,
diversity,
innovation,
choice. It's all here in your neighborhood.
and we're excited to show you around on School Zone Dallas.
Your inside look at the top schools and opportunities at Dallas ISD.
Thanks for tuning in to School Zone Dallas, your up-close look at the choices and opportunities in Dallas ISD. I'm Grace.
And I'm Callie. We're coming to you from the newly renovated Prestonwood Montessori campus.
This episode, we're looking at how Dallas ISD celebrates diversity through programs that help students find their voice and expand their horizons.
Absolutely. Much like our country, Dallas ISD is home to people from diverse places, languages, and cultures. And it's important to honor diversity because it makes us special and it makes us strong.
That's so right. Next, we're going to meet Daniel Negrete, a Woodrow Wilson alum who has returned to his alma mater with a deep appreciation for Mexican culture. The way he's sharing his passion with students at Woodrow is something to behold. Check this out.
My name is Daniel Negrete, and I am the co-director of Ballet Folklorico Montes. I am the head director for Sweethearts Drill Team and assistant director of the dance company. Ballet Folklorico is the traditional dances of Mexico that are representative of each region. It's so diverse, so it's just all the dances that encompass the cultures of Mexico. My first formal dance class was as a freshman here at Woodrow Wilson High School. I am from Mexico. I was born in San Luis Potosí. I used to dislike being Mexican. I did not like my culture for some reason. Taking Folklorico empowered me and brought me back to my roots because I kind of realized that, whoa, I have a very beautiful culture and I come from very strong people. For me as a dancer, when I first started Ballet Folklorico, there was things that I didn't even realize about my own culture. The cut made me fall in love with the culture, but also made me fall in love with myself. And all that kind of gave me a voice and empowered me and strengthened who I am now. And I think that happens with students as well.
This is my first year dancing, ever. Dance is important to me because it just gives me a sense of freedom. Taking Ballet Folklorico has helped me grow as a dancer because it's important to expand your horizons, trying out new things, not just a new dance, but different ways to express yourself.
As a student at Woodrow Wilson High School, I did not know that dance was a career, that it would lead me to going to college. However, I was exposed to dance. I was exposed to dance as a career, and I've always been grateful of the community because they've pushed me to be somewhere where I thought I was not going to be, but it completely changed my life. And so I think it's time to give back to the community that I come from, and that's why I came back to Woodrow Wilson. A lot of schools do offer Ballet Folklorico, however, there hasn't been curriculum written down. To write the curriculum was really exciting just because we get to dissect Mexico and its diversity. However, it was also very challenging because a lot of our history and traditions are passed down orally and nothing is written down. The sharing of ideas and cultures, it's a beautiful thing, and I think a skill to have in such a global society like we have now.
Joining Ballet Folklorico has taught me so much about culture. My family was here at the performance not that long ago, and they were so proud to see me dance closer to our heritage, to our culture.
It gives the students a sense of belonging. It gives students a place where they can identify themselves and celebrate who they are. And then for students who are not of Mexican culture, it allows them to kind of peek into the world of Mexico and how vast it is.
I joined the Ballet Folklorico program this year, and it really kind of opened up my view. Like, I've never been out of the country. It's exciting to learn how other people dance in different countries and everything. It's so interesting to see their different styles, and it's really emotional to watch at times because the emotion is so real.
Kate's a wonderful dancer, and I think by her taking this class, it kind of has opened her to another culture, right? A global perspective of seeing dance.
I've made a lot of new friends. I've become really close with all these people, and when you are learning another culture, it can be a little bit vulnerable because you are more ignorant, but they have been so helpful. If they're a part of that culture already, they've been so helpful to help me learn or to learn it with me, and we've all learned together. And it's such a great environment to be in when you can learn to grow with each other rather than just compete.
The people in this class make it amazing. When we all work together, it's 10 times better. Trying something new is great, and you can find yourself.
It used to be it's just cultural dance and Mexican dance, but now it is more than that. It's like, this is your identity. This is how we help students find a voice. This is how we empower students. It allows you to learn and accept differences, share ideas, but also celebrate commonalities. And it allows students to strengthen personal identity, but also strengthen community.
It is so inspiring to see how Dallas ISD teachers are using their passion to open doors for the next generation of students.
Yes, we need experiences like this to grow our appreciation of cultures different from our own.
And there's no better opportunity for cross-cultural exchange in the classroom than learning another language. That's why Dallas ISD's dual language program is such a big deal.
It offers students the opportunity to learn to speak, read, and write in 2 languages. In fact, Dallas ISD is leading the nation in dual language education. See for yourself.
Dallas ISD can put your student on the path to reading, writing, and speaking 2 languages proficiently and learning about 2 cultures. In a dual language program, your student can excel academically while fostering linguistic and cultural diversity through the learning of 2 languages. In a dual language program, your student will bring his or her home language to the school setting, which enriches the linguistic experience of all students. Your student will feel proud as he or she engages in a myriad of activities that build upon linguistic repertoire. And those who continue on the pathway toward bilingualism and biliteracy have more opportunities to advance in the global economy. This opportunity is open to all children in pre-K through 12th grade. To learn more and apply, visit dallasisd.org/dual language.
Now, since we're talking about diversity, do we know which school in Dallas ISD has the most diverse student body?
Well, hands down, that would have to be Anne Frank Elementary School. It is the largest elementary school in Dallas and serves students from as many as 58 countries who speak more than 24 languages.
Wow, now that's what I call diverse.
Up next, see how an appreciation for cultural diversity is empowering the students at Anne Frank Elementary and their surrounding community to come together.
When you look around, you see a bunch of kids, but you don't know, besides their color of their skin or the language they're speaking, but you don't see more than that. But when we talk about diversity, we're talking about a lot more. It's just the sociocultural background, the socioeconomical, we're talking about their religion, and we need to accommodate to all those things, their preferences. And it's not just their country.
So what makes Anne Frank special is the abundance of the belonging that we have here for our families. You're in one of the largest schools in DISD.
We have around 55 different countries represented in the school from every part of the world.
We really are like a mini United Nations. And something that's super special is that our students know to embrace each other's differences rather than mix into one melting pot. We really do celebrate each other's uniqueness.
Monthly, we have our parent workshops. These parent volunteers are amazing. They are in every classroom or in every hallway, decorating, tutoring one-on-one with students. It takes a village to raise a child. One of the things that I love to say is that I will teach you how to be a DISD parent. My goal is to let them know that as a DISD parent myself, I've been through that role. And so giving them the education and the opportunities and the resources, that kind of makes them feel a little better.
I'm from Egypt. I moved here from 1.5 years ago. my son here in this school in second grade. When I came here, I heard about this school. It has like qualified teachers and also has like many different students from many countries. It's encouraged me to bring my son here to accept my culture, my language, that's it. I'm working teacher here so that I be more near to the atmosphere here. I am working like a teacher assistant for special education. Most of teacher work here with love. Kids love to help them, love to encourage them to be better and better.
Our cultural diversity night, you see everyone together. The teachers, the staff, everyone has something to represent their countries. Eventually, we really believe that these kids, they're able to balance the experience that they came with and create something better for their future. One of the biggest benefits of providing this environment for the kids is that they start creating empathy, compassion, respect to each other.
My son came to Anne Frank, and one of the biggest things that I saw when he enrolled here in 2014 was the diversity. Because I know out there in the big world, that's what it is. We all have to learn to understand each other and learn how to work together and just be part of the whole human race. It is important to shine from where you're coming from, because that is the place. You've got to know where you're from to get to where you're going.
Our teachers do a great job of integrating and celebrating the diversity that is present here at Anne Frank through their curriculum and instruction. We are very fortunate to have a large amount of parents that want to be involved. What that helps is create a sense of belonging, that sense of family, and they feel like this is truly their second home.
I'm from Bangladesh, and I have no idea about school system here, so I'm learning more. Everyone is really helpful. Miss Martinez, I should have mentioned her. She is really nice. She have every answer I ask, whatever question I ask, she has the answer.
I'm very proud. I'm very proud to be here. It feels like a learning experience every day. I'm still learning. I'm still learning about this world and where everyone shines from.
Whether it's from the read alouds that they have in class or it's tied into the curriculum, the students really do, during guided discourse, they are able to see each other's perspectives and put themselves in each other's shoes.
Our mission is to close the opportunity gap. We are creating those opportunities. We're trying to bring those experiences. To see them so proud when they walk with their flag and the name of their country, celebrating their family, that for me is just the best.
Seeing families from all over the world come together right here in Dallas ISD to create a community that is active and involved in their neighborhood schools is next level.
And when communities are actively involved in their neighborhood schools, everyone wins, especially students.
We've said it before and we'll say it again. Everything's better with a team beside you and a community behind you.
Speaking of, let's take a look at how Dallas ISD is providing resources and support for communities district-wide.
Dallas ISD celebrates diversity because it makes us special, because it makes us strong, and because there shouldn't be any barriers between our kids and a brighter future.
That's why the Dallas ISD Racial Equity Office centers on securing equitable access, resources, and opportunities for students, team members, and communities.
A leading example for districts nationwide, the Dallas ISD Racial Equity Office accelerates students' achievement by eliminating systemic disparities and ensuring equity for all.
To learn learn more about Dallas ISD's vision for a more equitable future, visit dallasisd.org/racial equity.
Dallas ISD is bringing the great outdoors close to home for students across the city, thanks to the STEM Environmental Education Center. This one-of-a-kind 500-acre interactive learning center has it all, from nature trails and live animals to an observatory and planetarium for stargazing, and so much more. The Environmental Education Center also has a working barn with livestock and a vegetable, herb, and flower garden for students who have a passion for food science and agriculture. The center's instructional programs give students the opportunity to explore the grasslands, prairies, and forests, where nature can be seen and felt firsthand, while experienced STEM teachers and naturalists help conduct field investigations and guide students through scientific phenomena. Located in Segoville, this amazing opportunity is open to all students through their local neighborhood schools. It's all just a short bus ride away. Visit dallasisd.org/EEC for more information on how Dallas ISD supports students who have a passion for science and nature.
It's good to know that Dallas ISD does everything with equality and excellence in mind.
The district is committed to working with communities and partners to remove barriers to ensure every student has equal opportunity and access to the best public education has to offer.
One way Dallas ISD is building equity and diversity in the classroom is through the Male Teacher Residency program. Take a look at the difference it's making for students and teachers alike.
When you approach some of our young students today and you ask them, what do you want to become? They are heavily influenced by what they see in front of them. So a lot will say YouTubers, some will say athletes, and it is important for them to understand that there are things and fields beyond just entertainment and athletics. The Male Teacher Residency Program is a way to bring in more African American and Latino men into the classroom. For a lot of younger students, we will be their first Black male teacher, we will be their first Latino teacher, or even their first male teacher. So the goal of this program is to bridge that gap before they get to high school and play sports. They're able to be inspired by someone who looks just like them and who, especially for our young boys, someone who can understand them. So that image in front of them really changes a lot, especially for students who maybe they don't have a male figure at home.
I remember when I was in high school, I had a majority of female teachers. The only male teachers I remember were coaches. I don't think I remember having a Latino teacher in my high school. When they approached me about this program, I saw the benefit because I thought to myself, well, if I come here, the student population, because they're majority Latinos, they get to see a Latino male in the classroom. You know, I get to share my experiences. I get to add value so they can see someone to look up to, someone that can guide them. It's important for students to have teachers that look like them. The male figure sometimes, you know, the fatherly figure usually carries weight, especially in the Latino culture. You know, when they see a male figure, male Latino, hey, they respond to that. They need strong Latino figures in order to guide them, and that's one thing that we lack, especially in our high schools.
If I'm coming from an African American or a Black community, I understand the challenges that some of our students face. If I'm coming from a Latino community, I understand the language barrier of some of those challenges. It's easy for them to talk to people who look like them because we're like their uncles, their grandparents, their fathers.
Zach for me is the best teacher you can really possibly ask for. He understands how I feel sometimes when I'm going through stuff and stuff. I feel more confident. He's like a father to me.
I believe that this program will translate to tremendous student outcomes. I've experienced it as well. In the previous school year, we've had some of our young boys and young girls who might have had behavioral issues at a previous school. And coming into my classroom, I'm their first Black male teacher. I understand them, and I'm able to talk to them and behavior improved. And if the behavior improves, it also translates into learning and performance in the classroom.
He's a confident teacher. He's really awesome, and that he helps me a lot.
I'm from Venezuela, and when I come here, I feel nerves. My teacher, specifically Mr. Cruz, is amazing. He's one of my favorite teachers. He takes time for each one of us, and he explains very well. At the moment I come here, he is right there for me.
In Thomas Jefferson, we have a lot of incoming students new to the country. It's a lot easier to transition and to try and to assimilate when they have someone that looks like them that can guide them. When they start to have success and understanding and they start to grow from it, you see their smile on their face because they can complete these assignments.
My favorite subject is math. Mr. Cruz is like, he's cool teacher, and he know how to, when I need help, he know how to explain the things, to break down the words in the questions to the English words, to the Spanish words. He inspired me to try to help the other students, to teach them like he's teaching me.
You help the students understand that your presence here at the school is more than just learning how to read and learning about math. I am your parent away from home. I understand you. I ask you how your day is going. I'm interested in your interest as well, sports, music, things of that nature.
This is my first teacher that I had that looks like me. He is funny, kind, fun. It makes it very easy for me to talk to them.
You open a door where they know that they can easily come to you and express their feelings. They're not afraid. They're not shy about telling you how they feel or what is going on. If the students like you, they will perform and they will excel. The world is highly diverse. It is important for them to know the world they live in, experience what the world looks like, and it allows our students to flourish. If we don't teach our children, no one else will.
What a meaningful commitment to diversity through representation.
I agree. Students from different communities have different needs when it comes to role models and mentorship from classroom teachers.
That's right. And support can look very different from one school to the next because every community is different. But one thing stays the same. Schools are here to help.
Next, let's see how Dallas ISD's Newcomer program is supporting students and their families who have recently arrived from other countries.
The Newcomer Academy is a really unique program here in Dallas ISD that's specific to students that are new to the United States that have less than 3 years in the country. And its intention is to create kind of like a school within the school, a sense of community, a sense of collaboration among students and teachers, to give them a hub where they feel welcomed, where they feel supported, and they're able to advance in those English skills as well as adjusting to a totally new cultural climate.
The design is for teachers to all collaborate around strategies, so wherever the students go, they're receiving the same kind of instruction, but with different content to help concentrate that, so they're accelerating both their English and their content learning.
When you come to a new country and everything kind of feels, unfamiliar, and there's that sense of culture shock, having kind of a sense of community among your peers prioritizes the student and makes them feel like their education is super intentional. And it also, I think, elevates this empowerment in biliteracy and their bilingualism.
I've gained so much from my interactions with these students. They come with a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experiences. As you get to know them and you get to spend time with them, you not only learn about what they're here to learn about in school, how things in their past impacted the things that are going to be in their future, and how we can build a bridge and gap that very difficult thing to be somewhere where you are learning everything from scratch.
The population is so enormous that this program is so essential to make sure that they get the service that they need so they can stay on track and graduate within, their 4 years that the expectation is. We serve a little over 200 students a year, and right now we have 215 students enrolled, and we enrolled 3 more today, so it's constant through the end of the year. On this campus, we have 90% or more that are emergent bilinguals identified that way, and 200 of those students are in our DIA program.
I am in grade 10. My teachers helped me a lot. When I arrived, I feel very nervous, a little scary, because I don't understand nothing, and the teacher helped me a lot.
I had a student, my first year I taught 9th grade. I got to see this student and teach this student from his 9th grade year to his 10th grade year. And I remember that he was sort of reserved. He didn't talk very much, but I knew he was very intelligent. I could see that he loved to write, that he loved to read, but he was so nervous to speak in English. The advances that I have seen him make from being that child in 9th grade, but being so persistent, dedicated, now he is so blossomed. Like, he literally came to me last year and told me that he had started writing his own book in English, and it blew my mind, because even as a teacher of English, that's not something that I can say I've personally done. So it just is the progression of seeing them really step into their own confidence and believe in themselves, and watching that doubt diminish over time.
Having the concentration of the teachers in this program, the district has devoted a lot of training to us, so the teachers are equipped to have the same strategies in different contents. The administrators are always devoted to making sure that the students are properly placed in the program, and that we have a plan to look forward to help advancement happen. So everyone kind of is devoted to making sure that it's successful and the students are successful.
I think the kids are really unique, and they have a drive and a motivation that I have never experienced before. It's really inspiring. I don't speak a second language, so to see someone conquer, a new language in a new country, it's hard to not love what you do. The more that you show those students that you're there for them, that you care about their education, that you care about them as individuals, the more you get back from them. And then you kind of start to see this explosion of, motivation in the classroom, of, a desire to just want to come and eat lunch with you and chat with you. It's very uncommon as a high school English teacher to encounter a student that I feel like really already has a passion for reading and writing, and that is the legacy that preceded Margie. To be able to talk with her about what she likes to read and to see how that translates in the classroom is really, really special. She is really intentional, and she cares a lot about, moving forward and how can she progress, not only like academically, but personally in her life. And so she's really special. To kind of see students be able to push themselves and their boundaries, I think that that's one of the most important things you can learn as a human in any setting.
I'm so excited to see when people kind of invest in it and they start seeing the benefits, whether it's the students seeing like, oh, I'm trying my best just like the teachers have shown me, and they see that growth themselves, and the teachers, see their own growth and strength in the collaboration that happens and the contacts that we get to make with the community as well. Everyone's growing, and I love it.
Wow. As a student, it feels good to know that wherever you're from and wherever you want to go, Dallas ISD is here to support your journey.
Dallas ISD is all about growing access, choice, and opportunity for students and their families. It's the reason Dallas ISD is the first choice for education in the city.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Schools in Dallas.